Hello and welcome to Book of Beasties World Wilderness. I'm Phil, and in today's video we are going to be nodding off to land, dreams,
ambitions,
and looking at the importance of getting a good night's sleep and what happens when we don't sleep enough. We will also be exploring goal setting, how it is better to set smaller, more achievable personal targets, and creating a treasure map of targets that will help us reach our greatest goal. Where's my treasure? Did you know that getting a good night's rest helps with the overall development of our brains? It impacts our alertness and attention, mood, resilience, memory, learning, and can even directly affect our happiness. Who'd have thought that doing so little could do so much? Maybe I should do more of that. Bedtime routines are just as important as the sleeping bit itself, as it can set us up to have a better night's sleep. For example, putting on comfortable pajamas and brushing your teeth. Ta-da! Reading a book or singing a soft lullaby.
No,
a soft lullaby.
Or you can find a comfort.
You remember when we spoke about comforts before? It can be anything you want, but for bedtime, maybe something really soft. Does that kind of really help? I said that
Really helps. At least an hour
before bed, you could try staying away from screens or just switching them off. For today's session, you'll need pen and paper, an old wet tea bag, or a new wet tea bag. Just a wet tea bag, but not a hot wet tea bag because that'll be hot. Just wet, it's fine.
and a good
night's rest, because without sleep, you cannot dream. And without dreams, we can't make our dream treasure map. So without further ado, please welcome Hallusan. Now Hallusan can fly in and out of people's dreams. He does this because he finds it hard to have any of his own where he can feel at home. Can we help him realise his dreams? Hold on, I'm going to take this off. It's really hot today. But what are dreams? Well, if we're talking about the ones that we have when we're asleep, then it is widely thought that that's our brains organising our thoughts and memories and sort of tidying up our brain, which is another good reason why you need to sleep. But we're talking about our dreams and ambitions. Something that we want to achieve, do, get, or a place we want to go. It's widely understood that ambitions are lifelong goals, but this isn't always the case. You can hope for smaller things, set shorter, simpler targets for yourself that you can achieve along the way, or just hope for and work towards doing something nice at the weekend.
In fact, setting
Those smaller goals can be a key to successfully reaching our bigger ambitions. Imagine you're climbing Mount Everest.
it's not just a quick
Hop and skip to the top. Climbers need to plan, prepare, and stuff along the way. Many only make it to a certain point before turning back, but that's not a fail because they have achieved a lot in that distance. And those that do make it have done so because of those short, more achievable goals along the way. Making a mountain-sized task so much more digestible or climbable, unless you are eating it and then digestible, that you probably want to eat it in smaller chunks.
So how can we
Help Hallusan. Well, if someone doesn't feel at home somewhere, anywhere, then there could be a good reason why. We could take the time to sit and talk to Hallusan, find out more about him and what he's thinking, his worries, as well as his dreams and ambitions. And then, maybe, we can offer him the help that he really wants. Which brings us
to our activity?
in which we are going to create Hallusan and ourselves a treasure map of goals that will help us achieve our ultimate goal.
Treasure!
What we'll do first, however, is see if we can think of an ultimate goal which we would like to work towards. This could be something as simple as wanting to save money for something, a plan we want for the weekend, or something big like wanting to travel or even go to the moon. Then then we will think about all the steps that it will take to get there and put them in order of priority and what is needed for each one. We can then start working towards each individual mini goal. Don't worry, there's no pressure to hit each or any of them in any amount of time. You take your time. It can just be good practice to understand the process. Whilst I collect my materials, take the time to work through these talking tidbits. And don't forget, you can pause the video anytime to take more time to talk. Right, so here we go. The first thing you'll need is your paper. I've got a nice big piece of paper here, so you have lots of space to decorate and draw your journey on, your dream journey, I suppose.
And the next thing you'll need
is a tea bag, that old tea bag. I mean, this is the newest tea. It's a tea bag. And what you want to do is take this tea bag and some water, dip it in the water, and over the paper like this, just rub it as if you're painting the piece of paper all the way across, and do that on both sides. Now it might take a few goes on each side, but what you'll end up with, as if by magic, is something like this. It kind of looks old.
And to make it even
More old, you can tear the edges off like this.
make it look really ancient.
And even crunch it up if you want, like that. Looks like a proper old map. But don't forget, once you've rubbed it over with a tea bag, that you have to leave it to dry, otherwise it's just going to rip apart. Put this aside and we'll come back to it later. So the next thing we need to do is cut out a shape. So I've cut out a star, and this will represent my ultimate goal. So let's think about what I want my ultimate goal to be. I would say my ultimate goal is to be a rock star. So I'll write that on there, become a rock star. But we're not going to be able to hit that ultimate goal straight away, so we're going to set some mini targets along the way that we can work through to get to our ultimate goal. Now I've set myself 5 targets, so you've cut out little points that you can stick onto your map along the way. And I've just done little circles, but you can do any shape you like. So you can decorate them as well if you like. Now think about what each step would be. Put them in order of priority. So if I want to become a rock star, the first thing I probably need to do is learn guitar. But before that, I'd probably need to save money to buy the guitar. So that's where I'd start. And then along the way, you could do things like find a band, write a song, get some gigs, get a manager, and then you're heading towards your ultimate goal. So take some time now to think through what your mini goals will be, and then we'll get to decorating the map and sticking our mini goals on there. So I'll see you back in a second. Okay, there we go. So I've got my mini goals along the way, and what I'm going to do is stick them on my map. But before we do that, let's get our map. You want to take your ultimate goal and stick it right at the top. So that's what you're going to aim for. So either use some glue or sellotape and stick it right at the top. There we have it. So mine's stuck at the top, and what I'm going to do now, because I'm going to be starting down here, is I'm going to make a little X down here, which is where I start, and then draw a line, like my route, all the way up to my dream. There we go. So how cool does that look? That looks like a real treasure map. I'm really proud of that. So I'm going to get into the pirate mood and start planning my journey. And start planning my.
So you do the same.
With your mini goals, you put them in order of priority. What should you do first, and then second, third, fourth, fifth, however many you have, and you stick them throughout your journey there, throughout your treasure hunt. Goal, treasure hunt, treasure, goal, ambition, dream hunt, dream, treasure, ambition hunt.
So there we have it.
Look at that. So my map, let's hold it back. My map here. So my ultimate goal is I want to become a rock star. But what do I need to do first? I need to buy a guitar. Learn how to play that guitar. That's probably quite a bit of time there. But the next thing is find a band, getting gigs. And then the final step before I become the world's greatest rock star is to find a manager, find a fan base. Surely that's going to be easy. Fans? Everyone's a fan. Oh, there you have it, mateys, your very own treasure map of gold. Happy treasure hunting. Hey, well done, guys. Listen, if you'd like to explore more Beasties, then you can do so by getting a parent or teacher to download our remote wellness kit from the Book of Beasties website. See you in the next Book of Beasties World of Wellness, where we will be meeting Mimic, who is the friendliest little beastie that there ever was.
And he does his best
To help everyone he comes across. But he tries to make people like him more by dressing up like a puppy. Help me show him that we love him as he is.
We'll be looking at
Feeling comfortable in the skin we're in and being inclusive for all of our friends. Thank you and see you next time.